Ice hockey is a fast paced and physically demanding sport. Shown here, ice hockey injuries are common and range from minor, annoying aches and pains to serious trauma. The main section of this graph is 34% of this graph states that head, neck, and shoulder injuries account for all injuries in the sport of hockey. In the beginning, helmets as a safety feature were not required. Here's a photo from the early 1900s. The goalie is Jacques Plant and the player is Gordie Howe. Both of them are not wearing protective helmets. In a more modern time, it was last season where Taylor Hall, it was in warm ups where they were not wearing helmets, and him and another player collided into each other, and Taylor Hall needed 30 stitches to stop the bleeding. Here's another example of how close the skate blade came to this goalie's head. Luckily, he was wearing a helmet and he was not injured in this situation. More modern day, we have goalie Carey Price and Sean Monahan together, and they're both wearing protective helmets. During a game 2 seasons ago, Nathan Horton was put out with a concussion. He was, at the time, wearing protective gear. He hasn't returned yet um, to the NHL because of his symptoms. Um, Hockey helmets are extremely important to player safety. Um, Throughout history, there has been different rules incorporated into whether or not players should wear helmets, and now it is a mandatory thing. When hockey was first brought up, players, goalies, nobody wore helmets. It just wasn't. It just was not required. I believe that it is extremely important for player safety across the country, Canada, all around the world, for everyone to wear helmets. Um, with the with the rate of speed that the puck travels, like players could it could create fatal injuries. So it is important that hockey players across the world um, wear protective gear.